Hi, I'm Justine Louise. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be updating you on my sample use up challenge. That was my New Year's resolution. I'll actually link it below. That I have so many samples. I'm a bit of a hoarder. Every time you order from Sephora or you go into Sephora, you get gifts with purchases, you get a whole bunch of samples, and I've just been stashing them all away and I never use them. So I decided at the beginning of the year as my New Year's resolution, rather than buying items, I am going to use up samples. Now this of course isn't every beauty item. I have it in my video exactly being specific what kind of beauty items I'm talking about. It's cleansers, foundations, hair products, styling products, body lotions, that kind of thing. So just to recap, it's been a month and I've been using and chipping away at using these samples, and it is a struggle. I will tell you that for many reasons. One of them is I'm a beauty junkie. I love buying toiletries and products and the latest, greatest things. So I've had to hold myself back. Fortunately, I am able to buy some other stuff that wasn't included in that challenge. So I am getting my shopping fix in. But there have been some items that are new on the market that I've been dying to try, and I've just had to say no for now and continue using my samples. So the other challenge is I have used some samples that I've absolutely loved, and my immediate thought is, oh, I need to go out and buy this right away, and I can't. So what I've done is I've kept a little list, and as soon as I'm finished the challenge, those are items that I'm going to purchase. So I'm super excited about that because there's been some real standouts, especially perfumes. But I am a perfume junkie. So I've kept a list, and if I still like them at the end of the year, then I will treat myself maybe for Christmas or something like that. Then the other problem is I've used samples and absolutely hated them. So I've had to go around with crazy hair, crazy makeup, crazy skin, something. So that's been a bit of a challenge too. But it's all in the name of beauty, so I'm onward and upward and I'm keeping at it, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Unfortunately, I'm not really getting through my samples too well because every time I use one, I seem to be getting more coming in. Anyway, it's a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying it, and I've actually now organized all my samples. So my skincare one was just in a big Tupperware and it was just a jumble. So now I've broken it down into serums, cleansers, masks, moisturizers, and same with my hair care products. I've put them all in packages and categories, so at least I can quickly go in, and I've even tried to mark them down as brands as well. So that's kind of my recap, and I thought today I would do an empties video, and I'm doing my normal empties as well as the samples that I've used and give you my feedback on them, so we can go from there. So I'm going to start off, this is actually just an empty. It is a self-tan product. It's a mousse. It's called Naked Skin, and I got it in Las Vegas this past summer. Now I love Saint Tropez, but I bought this one because it was at CVS and it was cheap, and guess what? You get what you pay for. It is dreadful. It goes on tan, which is nice, but I don't use tanners for my skin to go dark at the time. I just use it so I know where I've applied the product, because I find a lot of them transfer on my clothes. So if I'm going to use a product like that, I use it before bed and I put on big baggy old jammies, and that's that. So anyway, I put it all on. It's the regular same old mousse. I took it off the next morning. There was zero tan left behind, so it's absolutely useless. And I actually put 2 coats on because I like a really dark tan, and so I can't imagine if you only used one. So this is actually full. I've only used it once, but I hate it, so I'm getting rid of it. So I'm considering it an empty because I'm not touching that again. So this one here also is a full item. I got this in my Simply Beautiful box, and it's a local company called Elate. I believe it's a vegan cosmetic company, and I was really excited to try this, even though it's kind of a weird, it's a cardboard container, and it's a highlighting stick. Well, it's completely dried out, and it's new. You can't even get anything out of it. It's just dried up. The packaging is awful. I don't even know how you get it out. It's like a cardboard thing. So I'm really disappointed because I was really looking forward to trying a local, because this is from BC, a local beauty item that was vegan, cruelty-free, all that kind of stuff. And it's just, the packaging just made it dry out instantly because it's just cardboard. So anyway, not a fan. This also is from my Simply Beautiful box, and it's called Tiber River Naturals Lime Margarita, and it's a body butter cream. It goes on beautifully. It's a nice thick emollient body cream, same as what you'd expect, but the smell is lime margarita, and it's very powerful and lasted all day, and it was not a nice scent. It was just too, and very synthetic. I just did not like the smell. It was super overpowering. But the real kicker was then I had acne on my chest from one day of use. It's just too oily, or something that's in it just did not agree with my skin. So Mom's getting this. It's full. I've used it literally once. But the smell, well, full. It didn't come totally full. That was the other thing. I guess the product had settled. But this was just, I used it once and that was enough. I just didn't like it. And keeping on with the theme of items from my beauty box from Simply Beautiful, or this may, I'll look it up, maybe this might have been from my FabFitFun, but it's a gel eye cream, and it's called Dose of C Magnify from Dela Organics. And I was also super excited to try this. This is from Surrey, BC, so this is going to be from my Simply Beautiful BC box. It's a gel. Really, really nice. I love vitamin C products for my face, but it just wasn't potent enough for me. It didn't have any anti-aging properties whatsoever. I used it for about 10 days and I still had lines under my eyes. If anything, it was even more puckered, and I really need to keep on top of my anti-aging eye products. I have been using samples, but I'm going to use them in between. I'm not going to use them frequently because I really need to keep on top of my anti-aging stuff. The other stuff, cleansers and all that kind of stuff, I don't mind switching it up, but I just can't get behind on anti-aging, I'm afraid. So I'm going to pass this on to Mom, and maybe she might like it. I'm not quite sure, but it did nothing for me. This is an empty of conditioner, and I've already repurchased it. I repurchased it before I decided to do my challenge because I'm not buying any more shampoo and conditioners this year. But this is the Blonda from Unite. This is the conditioner part. I think I had the shampoo in my last empties. This is the best purple shampoo I've ever used. I love the smell. It smells like grape Fanta. I love Unite products. They just give my hair tons of body. And one thing that I'm noticing that I've disliked about a lot of the samples I've used is my hair looks great the first day, but it has no longevity of styling. It's a mess the next day. So that's one thing this doesn't have. It when I do my blowout, it lasts until I wash my hair again. Whereas, and we'll get into that. I really love this, so I've already rebought it, and I will continue to buy Unite products. Love them. And this I've shown a million times in Empties. I think this was the last one of these dreaded pots of body cream. It wasn't the product that was bad, it was the packaging. It was just really difficult to get out of. And this is the Laura Mercier Body Souffle, but this was my favorite scent, the Amber Vanilla, so I saved this one till last. I did for Christmas buy a tube of this product because it is such a gorgeous scent and a really, really nice body cream. As far as being the best body cream, not really, but the scent is really, really nice, so I continue to buy it. And I finally got through my Drunk Elephant Marula oil. This is a nice big bottle. I bought this, I think it was last April. It was when the last Sephora VIB sale, so I did get a discount because this is pretty expensive. So it's just a virgin marula oil. I mix it at night with my Retin A and my night cream, and I've been really enjoying it. I've loved everything about it. I love Drunk Elephant as a company. But it is very expensive, so I have ordered the ordinary one, and I've started using that. And we'll see if there's any difference, because the ordinary one, it's not as big as this, but it's still pretty big. And I think that one was $10, and if I remember correctly, I think this was about $80, and I know it did last a very long time. And I did say in one of my ordinary review, I don't know if oils are oils. I don't consume just any oils either. I won't go to the dollar store and buy olive oil. I buy high quality olive oil that I consume in my body. So maybe ones that you use on your face, there is a difference. I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying the ordinary and we'll go from there. But I am very interested in Drunk Elephant products for the future. I like that they're cruelty free. I just like everything about them. So we'll see. I haven't tried many, but I did enjoy that. And I always have simple wipes. I like those for removing my makeup. I always love my Glam Glow masks, so I've been getting through these little sample sizes, and this is the Exfoliate Tingling one. It's not my favorite, but I do really like it. And then this little guy is a black charcoal toothpaste. I actually got this from Winners, but I've seen people talking about these, not necessarily this brand, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers talking about activated charcoal, and it has coconut oil as a mixer in there, which is also supposed to be really good for gums and teeth health. And I did buy it, and the first time I used it, your teeth are absolutely black and hideous, and your mouth is black. When you spit it in your sink, it gets everywhere and is a mess. I did persevere, and then what I ended up doing was using a different toothbrush, one of those disposable ones, so it didn't stain my good fancy toothbrush, because it did stain the bristles. And I used it for about 2 weeks. I would double brush. I would use this first and then continue on with my normal Crest or Colgate or whatever. I didn't notice any difference, and for the amount of hassle and mess and this and that, I just didn't see any difference. So I'm just getting rid of it. It's just a pain. Now I think we're getting into some samples here now. This guy, I wouldn't give to my worst enemy. It's the Too Faced Soft Focus Finish Primer. I put it back in the box, and I'm just throwing this in the garbage because this is the worst product. This wasn't just like, it wasn't that great. This was awful. I got this as not a point perk, but a beauty sample for VIB Rouge. I put it on my face, and it immediately all pilled little white beads all around my face. It was like I'd used a brand new white towel, you know, when you get pilling all over your face, and I could not get this stuff off. I used a towel and rubbing, and then it would just move to other places. It was impossible. So it's just dreadful. It's not like this might work for somebody and not for others. This is just nasty, terrible stuff. Another Drunk Elephant item, this is the Be Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. I can't really form an opinion. I used it twice. It was only enough for 2 days. But as I mentioned, I'm very interested in the Drunk Elephant line. I think they make some nice products, and they are cruelty-free. So I am trying, that's another part of my test here, is if I like products, I'm going to be aiming for cruelty-free from now on. So that's my plan. So I'm definitely going to be looking into Drunk Elephant when I start looking for products, when I'm allowed to buy. So what I've done is I've just kind of kept notes on some of my samples because I've used them a couple of weeks ago. So this is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, and I loved this. My skin was flawless. I'm always looking for a foundation where my skin will be flawless, and this was amazing. I've never really heard anybody talking about it. I'll actually just show you the cover because they've been pushing this a lot at Sephora. I have tons of samples of this. So I really, really like it. I would repurchase it, except that it's not cruelty-free, so I probably won't. But I do really enjoy it, and it was a beautiful foundation with a perfect matte, beautiful coverage without being too thick or cakey. It was lovely. I did still go in with a regular concealer, but it's just an amazing foundation. I really, really liked it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. It wasn't flawless. It wasn't long lasting. It wasn't that great. I definitely wouldn't buy this. I've used this kind of sample before from her foundations, and I've never really liked it. It's very, very sheer, not much coverage, didn't last very long. I didn't like it, so I definitely would not repurchase or recommend that. Pureology, I've been hearing a lot about it. This one is the Hydrate. So I actually don't even know where I would get these samples because I don't know where in BC I would have got this because they don't sell it at Sephora and they don't sell it at the Bay. So anyway, I somehow ended up with this. I didn't like it. This is the hydrating one. I used the shampoo and the conditioner. My hair was flat. I like to have a lot of volume in my hair because I have lots of hair, but it's fine. So I need volume. And it didn't do that. And what I mentioned earlier is the next day my hair was just lifeless. There was no stylability. It just was a mess. And I find a lot of drugstore shampoos and conditioners are like that. They look amazing when you first wash your hair, but slowly they start to deflate and you lose your style and then you're just done. I like a blowout to last because I hate blow drying my hair. It is such a pain. So if I could make my hairdo last, I'm happy. And that did not do that. And I've noticed that with a lot of the shampoos that I've bought. So this is a sample that I got from Sephora. Like I asked the lady to prepare it for me. And it's the Tarte, I don't know how to pronounce it, Maracujá concealer. Didn't like it. It was so thick and cakey and really hard to blend. A YouTuber had recommended it and I just hated it. So I used it once and I'm not even gonna use it again. It actually made my wrinkles more prominent around my eyes. I don't have a lot, but I'm starting to get a few fine lines and crow's feet and they just were so pronounced, so I hated that. No. This was Drunk Elephant and it was a jelly cleanser. Now I usually wash my face at night with wipes, but I'm actually starting to think, that's probably not really environmentally friendly, so maybe I should go back to using a cleanser that removes makeup and then following up with my cellular water. So I really enjoyed this Drunk Elephant one, and I've put that on my list as a possible repurchase down the line because I did really like it, and again I like the Drunk Elephant line. This is a IGK shampoo product. It's the Hydrate and it's called Hot Girls Shampoo and Conditioner. The sample wasn't even enough for my short hair, so I ended up having to use two. I don't know where the other packet is, but I didn't like it. Same reason. Next day my hair was flat and manageable. It wasn't very volumizing, didn't really do anything for my hair. I definitely would not repurchase, and I'm not even going to use the rest of the samples because I have a few of these, so I'm going to pass those along because I did not like it at all. And this was Dior Poison Girl. I used to use Dior when I was in my 20s, the regular Poison, and I used to love it. This one was Poison Girl. I don't know what the difference is, but it was nothing like the original, and I've written here it stinks. So hopefully that's enough information because that's all I wrote down. This is the Nars Soft Matte Concealer, and I did not like it. It clung to dry spots. It creased even with powder. I just couldn't make it work, so I'm not even finishing the sample. I just did not like it at all. I just use it as an under eye, and maybe the people that are raving about it are more younger than me and don't have any fine lines or wrinkles under their eyes yet. I'm not sure, but it just did not work for me, and I'm not even going to finish it. Sunday Riley Good Jeans. Oh, this is good stuff. I had a 100-point perk. I think I got rid of that, but I did keep this just to show you because I asked the ladies because I just wanted to be 100% sure because it is pretty expensive. And I know I said I'm on a no buy, but this I consider an anti-aging product, and I need to continue on with my anti-aging regimes. I'm not going to let that go for a year. So I did purchase this, but I am going to split it with my mom, so hopefully that kind of helps because she swears by it, and I've been using it I think for 2 weeks now, and it is amazing. It's one of those products you use it once and you see instant results, and that's what I expect from a product, especially when it's super expensive. And I have a couple of Beauty Blender cleansers. I don't really like this liquid one. Just one sample wouldn't even clean one Beauty Blender. So the sample's not really the best size, but it also kind of shows you how much product you need. I prefer the solid bar. I just didn't find this very good. And I found the soap really hard to get out. I found even after I'd washed it, I could still kind of hear a squishy sound like there was still soap in there. Here's a Tatcha water cream. I really enjoyed this. I really like the Tatcha brand. I've put this down as a possible buy in the future. It was just really, really nice. I have oily skin, so it was just a nice soft cream, not heavy, and just gave me a nice bit of dewy moisture hydration, which is all I really need, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I love the Tatcha brand, and they are cruelty-free, so this is on my list for the future. An Anastasia brow gel. I've talked about this many times as a favorite. I love it. This was a 100-point perk. I still haven't gone out and bought one because I'm too cheap, so I just keep using up my perks. But this is a great brow gel. It just locks your brows in place. I've tried a million clear brow gels, and this by far is the best, and she is cruelty-free. Ole Henrikson Banana Bright Under Eye Cream. I love Ole Henrikson products, and this had rave reviews on Sephora. Was useless. I didn't notice any difference. I'm not even going to finish the sample because it just was no good. I used it about 3 times and I was just wasting my time. So definitely will not be repurchasing that. This was a sample of the Estee Lauder Double Wear. There wasn't even enough of a sample in here to even get an opinion. So I can't give an opinion on that, I'm afraid. This is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. Awful stuff. Settled into my fine lines. It wasn't dewy. It was just way too matte, and I was just looked like I was cracked underneath here. It was just way too dry, and I'm not even going to finish the samples, and I think I have others, so I'm going to be passing those along. Not good. This is, another Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Retoucher. It's a concealer. Also really bad, just too thin, too sheer, settled into fine lines, settled into dry spots. It emphasized all little dry areas that I didn't know I had. I just hated it, and I didn't even finish the sample, so I just, no. This is from Tarte. It's the Hydrator. It lasted quite a long time. There was 3 to 4 days of a sample in there. It's not as nice as my Ole Henrikson Truth Cream, but it was very lovely. Tarte is cruelty-free, so, but I probably wouldn't buy this one. I've tried better, but it was very, very nice. The Alterna Caviar Shampoo and Conditioner. There was enough in here for one use, and I loved it. It didn't give my hair a lot of volume, so that part I was a little bit disappointed. But my hair just was so soft and silky, and it lasted for days. I would just touch my hair, and it just had like a thickness, like a shellac on it. I did also use their styling products as well, but I haven't finished them all, so I haven't done my empty review on them. But just so you know, I did use the full line of the Alterna, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I have put this on my list as to buy in the future. And this one is the Caviar line. Really, really liked it. And I have a Stella McCartney. This is just, I think, the basic Stella. I loved it, but I do have the Stella Nude, and this was very, very similar, so I wouldn't buy that. But I did really, really enjoy the fragrance. It's a soft, powdery. Just to give you an idea of what I like as far as scents, I love fruity, sweet, soft, like coconut, vanilla, anything sweet like that, and fruit. I don't particularly like florals, and I don't really like botanicals. So just if you want to know what kind of things I do like. This was another IGK product. I actually got this as a sample from the store. The Mistress Hydrating Hair Balm. I didn't notice any difference, and nah. I do like a lot of IGK styling products, but I didn't particularly like that. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonderglow. It's a very faint shimmer primer. It's okay. I've used many samples of this in the past. It's not horrible. I'll use it, but I would definitely never buy it. It's not that great. And this is a sample of a fragrance, and it was, sorry, fell out. Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black. It was really nice, super long lasting. I love when perfumes last. It reminded me of Opium, the original one from the 80s, like the one in the brown with the brown lid. It's a little bit spicy for me, almost masculine, so I definitely wouldn't repurchase it, but it was a very nice scent. Here's another IGK product. It's the Rich Kid Coconut Oil Gel. I didn't notice anything great about it. No difference. Definitely wouldn't repurchase. This is a Philosophy product. I actually haven't finished it because it was an eye cream and my eyes were all crinkled. It just isn't potent enough. And the face cream, it was stuck on a card and it had a picture of aloe in the background. And as I was putting the cream on, I was like, that has aloe. Maybe I shouldn't be using it because I'm allergic to aloe. So I didn't complete the sample. I think it's not heavy duty or anti-aging enough for me anyway. So I definitely wouldn't be repurchasing that. And this is Briogeo. I also used the ginseng one. I don't see it in here, but I did use this one as well as the ginseng, and I wasn't crazy about it. And I definitely wouldn't repurchase. Again, I had no style ability with my hair. It didn't last. But I gave a sample to my husband and he loved it. So we've actually ordered a full size of it for him because he needed a new shampoo and he was thrilled. So he really liked it. What he liked about it is it doesn't have a particularly feminine scent, and he liked you only needed to use a little tiny bit. A little goes a long way, so he really enjoyed that. So we did get him one of those. And last but not least, Laura Mercier. I've gone through many of these. It's the foundation primer. It's actually the first foundation primer I've ever used. It's the Radiant one. I'm kind of leaning against using Radiant primers anymore. I'd rather do more matte and then just add highlight. I just don't want to emphasize any pores. And also because I'm oily and shiny everywhere, I just think this isn't really my friend. It was my first primer I've ever bought and I just loved it, but I think there are better ones on the market now, and Laura Mercier isn't cruelty free, so I'm gonna pass. So anyway, that's an update on my empties and my sample challenge. I'm still going. I'm enjoying it very, very much. I have good days and bad days, but the good days are better than the bad days, so I'll take it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click like, and if you'd like to see more videos, please hit subscribe, and of course the notification bell so you stay up to date. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!